So guys, here's another video. This one is going to be focused on 5CP. Obviously 5CP maps are different, but I find that Croissant at this particular point is best for this strategy. In this what I'm trying to do here is abuse their spawn. Now, as a spy, you don't think necessarily, well, staying at the spawn is good, you might get a pick or two, but it's not a big deal. Well, in fact, you can actually isolate a particular class that's very detrimental to your team, that class being the sniper. If your sniper dies alone, or if someone else dies alone that you can get, like the demo, which with revolver play you should be able to, then this strategy can be very effective, especially on this point. So clearly the other team has our third point, they're pushing into us, it looks pretty tough right now, and there's a sniper, right? So I'm just going right into him, right? I'm cutting off the people coming out, and here's the demo. He's an easy pick because he usually sticky jumps to mid, and he saw me. I could have gotten away from him, but I decided to just go straight at him. Here I get the health back. I know the NG's respawning, so I just go straight for her, and I get the quick 3 shots. She can't respond. She hit her first shot, but she just didn't have enough time to get that next shot in. So here I can see that I think Max goes down eventually. Well, I get down the teleporter because basically, so here's the demo. He's obviously very aware. I'm not going to get him there, but I'm just trying to abuse this spawn now that they have the third point captured. And basically, no one can really follow you here because you have a health pack, an ammo kit, and you're going after. You got the height advantage here. It's like the trifecta, and you can just infest their spawn. They can't get tellies up, they can't do other shit that they would want to, and they have to send people back to take care of you. So here, I'm isolating the sniper. You see, I let the scout go by. I was waiting for the spawn. I was looking at my screen. I was waiting for the sniper. He's an easy pick with the revolver if you get, obviously you need to get good with it, but this is what you can do with this kind of gameplay. So here, the sniper goes down. He can't do any work for their team. I took down their telly. I'm doing 2 things at once. If they want to get rid of me, they're going to have to send somebody back, or respawns are going to have to take over. So I'm waiting again. Clearly the sniper thinks I probably jetted out after that. Or, he's looking around. Doesn't really matter if he looks around, because I'm not trying to stab him, I'm trying to shoot him. And I have the dead ringer up every time he can possibly get a headshot on me. And he does get headshots on me whenever I give him the opportunity. So it's not that. I'm being very defensive for a reason, is the fact that he can get headshots. So, you just set up here again. This shouldn't happen, but sometimes a medic pick's just easy, they don't think you're there, or something happens. They don't communicate correctly, and, here the sniper gets me, unfortunately. I decloaked twice, and that's my fault. But even then, I should be able to get away from this. I should have gone back into the demo, probably. I was trying to get the sniper one last time, which I could have. Either way, though, it's basically a very effective way to do it, and as you can see, our team is capping. They capped the third point while I was delaying their spawns. I was stopping their sniper from getting key picks for the other team, and that just allowed our team to overwhelm them. And staying at this spawn locations, each one's going to be different for 5CP. Croissant, obviously, that one's very, very nice for the spy with the health pack, the ammo kit, and other things like that. As a spy, you need to figure out those locations and abuse them to your best of your ability. Getting behind can be tricky with Dead Ringer. That's the issue. You can't just bum rush it every time, or they're going to try and stop you, cut your path off. So you need to be able to get behind, maybe wait a little bit into the fight, or if you want to, even in the mid fights, you can start doing it, because you can. If your team's losing mid a lot, you're a great insurance policy, right? Because usually your team's going to get a few picks along the way. So if you're a spy that sees his team is losing mid a lot, just go try and get behind them, and once you get behind them, go for those key picks like the sniper, the demo. The first pick is usually pretty easy because they're not expecting it. So you can just pretty much sit up there and get a free pick from whatever class you want. And that's a great insurance policy for your team, where the other team has to deal with you and they can't push forward as fast. Now, obviously, if it's a total wipe, you'll just be standing there doing nothing. But usually your team will get 1 or 2 classes down, and against a better team, going after the med or the heavy, it can be good, but at the same time, a more aware team is not going to allow that to happen if your team's getting dominated. So it's really, you're an insurance policy back there, and you're really doing a lot of work for your team by just cutting off the people from respawning. You don't have to stay directly at the spawn either. You can go in the path of the spawn. So say midway through where their team is and where the spawn is, you just wait a little crevice, right? And they come around and they're not really suspecting it, or they've spy checked the spawn, they don't see you. That's a perfect time to strike, is just cutting off that route they have. Because when people are going in a route, they're usually not very aware, and they're alone. So it's a great way to figure it out. That's the only time you have information where someone is when you see the respawns. when you see on the board they just respawned, you know exactly where that person is, and that's a very powerful piece of information you can use to better advance your team. So thanks for watching, guys.